If you are new to the channel, then subscribe the channel and press the bell icon for further notification. Okay student, welcome you all to this new lecture in intermediate level where you are building concepts on hyperbola. So today we will see some of the definitions of hyperbola. We will see what is transverse axis, conjugate axis, lattice rectum. We will see all this. Okay, then let's see this. Now next one is some definition of by mistake I have written it ellipse. Kindly rectify it. It is hyperbola. So what are the definitions? Like your major axis, minor axis, in ellipse also we have two axes. One is transverse axis, one is conjugate axis. Which one is transverse axis? The A dash of length. This point was A, this point was A dash. This point A dash and this A. These points are focus. So these two vertices actually. So A dash, this length is 2A because it was at A, it was at A unit. So this is 2A, in which the foci F and F dash both lie. This line is called the transverse axis or hyperbola. What is the length? It is 2A from here to here. You remember this one. Conjugate axis, you can't see it anywhere. It is not cutting because your hyperbola is not in this zone. But we take 2 points B and B dash. Don't get confused with this B. This is of directrix. This is separate drawing. This one, that's why I made separate drawing. B, B dash. Where this is at a point 0, B. This is at a point 0, minus B at ellipse. So this length. It is not related to your graph. Your graph is going here and there, so it is not a portion of that graph, or it is, you cannot connect. Even your major axis is not also a portion of the curve, because major axis is here. Only these 2 points are on the curve. Entire major axis is not in the curve. Similarly, your transverse axis is not in the curve. Similarly, this axis B, B dash, which is not in the curve, but it is at a unit B and B. Hypothetically, we have considered this point and this point. So this length we will take it as a conjugate axis of the hyperbola. So what is the length of the conjugate axis? B and B, 2B. The conjugate and transverse axis together, we will say they are the principal axis of the hyperbola. Now what is the characteristics of this double focus and double directrix, how it is coming? So by taking only this one focus and this one directrix, you can draw this and this. So similarly, if you take a reflection of F here, F dash, reflection of BC here, B dash, C dash, similarly, you can draw this and this one can also be drawn. So the same hyperbola that we have drawn with this and this as a focus and directrix, the reflection of that one, if you take this side, if you draw, you will also find this one. So same hyperbola can be drawn from taking two sets of your focus and directrix. So by symmetry, F dash and BC dash, B dash, C dash are the reflection of F and BC. By considering F dash as a focus and B dash, C dash as a directrix, the same hyperbola can be drawn from this side also. So this hyperbola has two foci, two directrix. That's why we say one set of foci is this one. It is at plus minus AE. So if it is at plus AE, then corresponding directrix is x by AE. If one focus is minus AE, then its corresponding directrix is x equal to minus A by E. Lattice rectum, as you always know what is lattice rectum, definition is same as ellipse. It is the focal chord which is perpendicular to your transverse axis, that is your this, or you can say double ordinate passing through your focus. So what is the coordinate of L? If you put F equal to x equal to AE, then you find y coordinate, that is your, if you put y coordinate, that you can find it is same as your ellipse, b square by A, it is minus b square by A, AE. Similar like your ellipse. So what will be length? Length is also similar like your ellipse, 2b square by A. What is vertices? Intersection of the conic with the transverse axis, at where it is cutting the this is your transverse axis, conic is intersecting at these 2 points, these are called as the vertices. Here it is A and A dash. What is focal distance? Same. You take any point, the distance from the two focus is focal distance. Now again an interesting observation, because here we have not done the drawing like your ellipse, but here we cannot draw also. But if you find the difference between these two, distance between this focal distance, in ellipse we found the summation of these two. What was this plus this? This was this plus this is equal to length of the thread. That thread we have taken, which is equal to your major axis 2. Here also you can find similar observation if you deduct it. This minus this if you do. So I don't know which one is greater, which one is smaller, anything can be. If you are not sure, then you give mod, or if you use this sign. This sign is also to indicate that I don't know which one is bigger. I am just taking the difference. Only I am interested at numerical value, not at exactly minus. That's why I have given this difference. This is a symbol of difference. So PF will be equal to E into PM. That you know. P dash F is equal to E into PM, because distance from the focus is at, and the distance from the directrix is having same ratio E. So if you take E common, so this minus this is equal to Mn. What is this Mn? This is at AE, this is at minus AE. So this distance is 2A by E. So you get cancelled 2a, that is the length of the transverse axis. Now here the difference between the focal distances are fixed, and which is equal to length of the transverse axis. In ellipse, that summation of the focal distance was fixed. So you can say the hyperbola is a locus of all points whose distance from two fixed point, two focuses, whose difference between the distance from the two fixed point is always constant. So defined as the focus is the locus of point whose moves in a plane in such a way that the difference of its distances from two fixed point f1 and f2 always remains constant 2a, and that 2a is obviously less than your focal distance. You can see the focal distance is this much, 2a is this much. So that 2a will be obviously less than your focal distance. And in case of ellipse, that 2a was greater than the focal distance. If you like the video, then press the like button and please give your valuable comments in the comment section.